What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now, yesterday I made a video talking about XRP and the fact that we're all just waiting for this thing to explode, all just waiting to see some type of movement. But the reality is, as we look at what's going on in the world, we might see XRP fall a little bit more before we see it actually explode or make some of these larger moves that we want. Because it's all in the air right now, right? You look at what's going on, with cryptocurrency, with the government, with the Clarity Act, with everything there, and it just tells you, right? It screams that we may not see the positivity yet, and we might need to see more people that are kind of weeded out before institutional volume comes in, more of that FOMO comes in, the use comes in, and many other things. So I want to talk about that within this video. I want to get you guys prepared for what could be the worst of it, getting below $1 after reaching the $3.60 level, and then also understanding the light at the end of the tunnel. That is true light, that is true sunlight at the end of that tunnel. So before we get started, if you guys could make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are in the description. Now, at the top of the description, if you guys want to sign up for iTrustCapital, this is the video sponsor of today's video, feel free to do so. They are doing something that exchanges don't do, right? They allow you to retire off of crypto. You can set up a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA and get everything set up to where you pay less in taxes or have taxes deferred until retirement age, meaning that you can make money off of that tax money instead of you having to pay taxes within that year. You just pay taxes when you retire, right? So anyways, feel free to check it out. There's a lot of advantages to having a Roth IRA. I have a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA, but you can use my link down below to get signed up. I feel like it's a no-brainer to have exchanges, but also have something built for retirement, built for the future. Also, if you want to check out my link for BTCC, please do so. If you use my link, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus. You can get extra bonuses all the way up to $10,055. You can enjoy up to 40% lower trading fees and trade up to a 250x leverage, all with no VPN and no KYC that is required. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Both of those links will be down in the description. There's also a representative link if you guys want to reach out to somebody from iTrustCapital so that they can kind of walk you through it and tell you the benefits and all that stuff kind of in person, honestly. So feel free to check it out. Link is down there in the description. Now, XRP. Yesterday I talked about XRP and the fact that we're going to see it explode soon. We're going to see this larger movement. And we're all just waiting for this to happen. And the explosion that we could see all comes based on altcoin season, whether people are going to believe and adopt and, want to utilize crypto in a large way. XRP being the main one that you can utilize. It's currently, or Ripple is currently partnered with 300 banks. You see the use, you see the ability to, even just talk about it, even being in the room when governmental conversations, the economy conversations, and it just makes sense. It's just you need to kind of clear it up for a lot of other people, for people that don't know how to use crypto. It's very simple, right? For me, it's simple. Other people come to me all the time and they're like, how are we going to be able to use crypto? I don't even understand wallets. I don't understand addresses. I don't understand where it even comes from and how it gets validated and all this other stuff. And obviously that needs explanation. But when you talk about the dollar, there's a lot of people that don't know about the dollar and its backing or its backing history, but they know about spending money. They know what it's equal to and how much those things cost, right? And the banks make it clear to where you get paid a certain amount. You don't see the total amount that you made within that week. You see a number on a screen, and then they transfer and move that money around based on their back end information. Even though you don't know that, you still believe in it because it's what you've grown up on. Well, eventually people will grow up on cryptocurrency and we'll see something completely different. But XRP currently stands today, it's down by 1.25%. It is at a 1.08 $1.08. Oh, say 1.08. $1.08 level, 67 or 68 billion market cap, $1 billion worth of volume. It's great to see the level of volume increase, but obviously there's negativity right now. So seeing a $1 billion level for today is good and bad. 545,000 holders with the 62.5 billion coins in circulation. Now, again, yesterday I talked about, you know, the idea that the XRP, sorry, I lost my train of thought, that XRP would explode and that we're all just waiting for it to explode. But um XRP is likely to drop below $1. And there's many people that have believed this, whether you talk about somebody on Twitter, different videos on Twitter saying that XRP is going to drop below $1, whether it's this guy
projected to crash below $1 by the end of the month.
So you have people in there that are talking about XRP dropping below $1, but what is kind of the detail as to that? So will XRP fall below $1 as the Clarity Act stalls in the Senate? And there's a lot that you can go into here and read about. So why XRP is stuck at $1? XRP started the year up near $2.40 and slid through the first quarter, dropping to $1.27 when the Iran war broke out in late February. The decline continued through the second quarter after another 20% drop in June. XRP now trades at $1.08, down 40% on the year. XRP's lackluster price performance comes at a time when Ripple has been winning. The company won a license to operate across Europe, keeps signing new banking and payment partnerships or partners, and spot ETFs have pulled in around $1.48 billion in steady demand. But a market-wide downturn has drowned all of this out. Very true. The two forces driving the downturn, they are weighing in on the whole market. XRP included. The Federal Reserve now expected to raise interest rates instead of cutting them, with inflation back at the 3% or 3-year high, which pulls money out of crypto into safer assets that pay yield. The Iran war piles on, with each escalation driving up oil prices, stoking inflation, and sending nervous investors towards safer ground. Now, this is a big deal, right? It's not an XRP situation. We have to live and understand that. It's not an XRP reason to why things are falling. It's a crypto reason as to why things are falling. People don't believe in safe assets as you have a lot of things that are going on, or speculative assets, as you have a lot of things that are going on. They want to believe in just the safe stuff. They want to put it in what they know. And while it makes sense to be able to utilize this in the way that it is, as you have money that's being spent, that inflation number goes up based on how much money is being printed, how much money is being used, how much money we have in reserve versus how much is in circulation. If more money is in circulation, you need more money that's in reserve. If you add more money to that, you have to add more money over here, right? It is a big deal to where you have endless amounts of money that can be printed, and it has no backing to gold, no backing to anything. For cryptocurrency, it's a different story. It's speculative because many people don't understand it. But then once you do fully understand that it's a set number that's out there, yes, you do have an amount for XRP that can be released from Ripple themselves. But when you understand that there is a max, a 100 billion coin max, and you cannot go over that, it is completely different than what we have as the US dollar, which can absolutely destroy or be destroyed by inflation, right? We can print endless amounts of money, and then the dollar basically has no value to it. A lot of products are insanely pricey, and this dollar is like a penny of what it once was, right? So you got to understand that this is the crypto market that's struggling, not XRP. However, you still have to understand that XRP can drop below $1. Now they're saying the Clarity Act can save XRP, but I think it's more about saving crypto in general. ultimately, in the end, crypto will be worth what it's going to be worth when things do calm down and people start believing in it. And we see institutions that are ahead of the game, and then people, once again, are behind because those institutions are trying to push people out of buying cryptocurrency. They're trying to push people into having and owning money at, just regular fiat currency because it benefits them and it benefits the country, right? But what could benefit the country more is if we have stability within our currency. So the Clarity Act would lock XRP status as a commodity into U.S. law for good. XRP is already treated as a commodity through the court ruling, but a ruling can be undone by a future administration. Bank won't build a business on an asset whose legal footing could flip in a few years. So the custody deal and partnerships Ripple keeps signing only turn into steady demand for the token once the status is permanent. The bill is what would make it permanent for sure. I think that's 100% true. Now the trouble is the bill is stuck. The passing, it takes 60 votes in the Senate. Republicans hold 53 votes, but two of them, Josh and Rand Paul, um, are expected to vote no, which dropped the number closer to 51. That means the bill needs seven to nine Democrats to cross over, and right now only two have. What's keeping the rest away is three separate fights. The first is President Trump's own crypto money and disclosure this month showed his earned roughly $1.4 billion in crypto in 2025. The Democrats want language burying officials from cashing in on assets they regulate, which the White House won't accept when the rule is aimed at the president, right? So this is what I'll say, and I don't like to get into political debates or anything and go Republican versus Democrat in any single way, right? I don't like to divide, my viewership or anything like that. I am pro good idea, but what I've known from history is that Republicans, Democrats, either way, what they look for is what can benefit in future elections, what can benefit and make their party look better, and if they stall to a point to where their party can benefit from it, that's where you will see that, right? You'll see that end up getting pushed until a new presidency, until a new controlling party. And it's not about, oh, this will help out the US, it would help out the country. It's like, what will benefit my party to keep my party on top, right? And it sucks. It's both sides, right? It's Republicans and Democrats. They do it all the time so that you have a look to where you're better, or they have a look to where they're better. It's stupid. Get things done, because if you get things done, the people don't suffer, right? The people that are invested end up gaining a lot more, and institutions are not ahead. People are ahead. Because what's happening right now in just cryptocurrency is that there's a lot of weeding out of weak minded people. And if you are like, oh, I need to sell my XRP or I need to sell my whatever position, you're one of the people that's going to give up when times get even tougher. So for XRP to hold at $1, it wouldn't make sense to make it tougher on people for it to go lower than $1. That makes sense. Now you weed out a lot of the retail buyers, and then institutional buyers come in and they make a lot of money because they believe in the asset when you gave up on it, right? And now it's worth $10 and now it's worth $20. That's why it's more beneficial for people to just buy and hold, because it's all a mind game based on political party. It's all a mind game based on just who can come out on top and look better. So the Clarity Act would be very beneficial. Does that mean that's the only thing that's going to make XRP explode? No, right? It's not. You have banks that understand what XRP is. That's why they're partnering with them. Yes, you won't see the flow government wise, reserve wise, until you get that Clarity Act, until you get that full clarity to where it is permanent for sure. But you still have an understanding that this is the future, right? So, they still back it. They still believe in it. That's why you have institutional volume that's still in it. But they're just waiting for the major form of negativity to where it does drop before, everything changes, right? So the Clarity Act is one thing that's big enough to turn the market around. And right now, it's stuck in the Senate. XRP needs the bill more than ever because the support that held up all year is given away, which it doesn't really matter if you understand the long-term aspect of it. XRP ETF funds just posted their first weekly outflows in 9 weeks, about $7 million. The big holders who bought through the drop have gone quiet. That leaves the bill as close to the only thing that XRP or only thing that could pull XRP back up. Bitcoin holding above 60,000 is also vital because if it drops below that level, it could drag the whole market lower and pull XRP under $1. So XRP's $1 support only holds if the bill passes in time or Bitcoin steadies. With the clock running down, neither looks likely right now. So I'll say this to close, because it is a long video. I'll say this to close. I think while it is important for the Clarity Act to happen, it's not necessarily the only thing that needs to happen because it can create opportunity. Do many regular people see a falling knife as an opportunity? Well, no, they don't. But people that are smart would either hold on or buy more. And if you don't have the ability to buy more, then you just need to trust the process because this is the same process that has happened for years, for decades, for centuries at this point. The same process that has happened. Whether you're talking about the stock market, you're talking about gold, you're talking about whatever money, you're talking about whatever the situation is, it's happened over and over again. Wasn't worth anything, was worth something, seemingly looked like it was going back to what it was worth before, and then all of a sudden exploded to something that is absolutely sought after. And people go, I need this. I needed this, and I should have bought when people said that I should have bought. So it's likely that it could fall below $1. But what are you going to do if it falls below $1? What will I do? You know what I'm going to do. I'm either going to hold or continue to have more XRP. Find a way to get more. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, again, check out my links down below if you guys are interested in iTrustCapital as well as BTCC. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.